Greetings everyone. So someone said, if you become too spiritual, you get too involved in it and then you're not involved in the world. Well, I don't believe so. You can be very deeply spiritually involved and still you can be in the world, because according to me, if you are deeply spiritual, everything is spiritual. Living life completely itself is a spiritual experience. So there are no two, worldly and spiritual. Everything is seen to be in that, and you just float through it. So awareness keeps you afloat. That's very important. Whether in spiritual or in worldly, you don't get carried away by it. You are able to balance and live through everything. Your Viveka shows you what is right, what is not right, what is real, what is not real. So you can have the best of experiences without getting, because they say if you become spiritual, then only spiritual activities. Worldly, it can catch you. No, not needed. Okay, I'm listening to the worldly songs. Because there is a flavor, there is spirituality even in this music. Especially if it is A.R. Rahman. I've learned so much from him. The music is beautiful. So is all the worldly aspects also. You just need to know how to keep afloat. I'm enjoying this song. Unnimanan. பெண்ணில்லாத ஊரிலே அடியா பூ கேட்பதில்லை. பெண்ணில்லாத ஊரிலே அடிதான் பூ பூப்பதில்லை. உன் உடவை முன்னானை சார்ந்தது இந்த பூமி பூ பூத்தது. உந்தன் காதோடு யார் சொன்னது? புது வெள்ளை மழை என்று பொழிகின்றது. இந்த கொள்ளை நனைகின்றது. நான் சொல்லாத இடம் கூட குளிர்கின்றது. மனம் சூடான தேடி அலைகின்றது. புது வெள்ளை மழை என்று பொழிகின்றது. கொள்ளை நனைகின்றது. See, I believe very strongly, if you are deeply involved in every aspect of life, the Navarasas, then you are spiritual. Because spirituality cannot be discarding any part. This spirituality is inclusiveness. So, it's all about the non-doing in the doing. I just remembered, tomorrow I have a webinar. That's a good example. Karta mein akarta. In the doing only, there is a non-doing. So, nobody says you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. When you say in the non-doing, don't get into the being, settle down, don't get too much involved in the doing. It doesn't mean you leave up everything and you'll stop working, you'll stop functioning. Somebody asked me, then why are you posting? Why are you eating? Why are you doing anything at all? Who said there is no doing? There is doing. Everything that is there will continue, but there is no ownership to that. You don't claim. You do it. Yogastha Guru Karmani, but Lord taught Arjuna, Lord Krishna taught Arjuna is the same. Yoga ki sthiti mein karma karna. Do the karma. He never said don't do karma. He, in fact, if you see Bhagavad Gita, he is telling do karma. But in a certain way. Actually, you can say it is do karma. Bhagavad Gita, everybody says, oh, Lord Krishna says, do karma, karma karo. I feel if you observe very carefully the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is telling not why you should do karma, but how you should do karma. Every karma, there is a way to do it. If you do it in that certain manner, you are exempt from the claiming or the ownership. So when you get into the ownership, the problem begins. The karma phala and all that. Upadesharam, we are doing that. Yesterday we had the introduction. Today we are beginning. From verse 1 to verse 30. It will go on till Saturday, the weekend. So we will realize that how it goes. There you can see the emphasis is given on not doing the karma, but continue. But have no ownership. The doership shouldn't be there. Now that's very difficult. How not to have the doership? Because as far as I have seen, everybody talks about non-doership, but there is a lot of doership in that non-doership. Whereas it should be vice versa. There should be no doership in there should be non-doership in the doership. Whereas the spiritual world says non-doer. We are not doing. But there is so much of doing in that. So that thing, what keeps you aligned is your viveka. So if viveka is perfect, and what is viveka? The awareness. If you are all the time this aware, you will even know when is doership, when is not doership. So then what you balance there is the sadhana. What is the sadhya? The sadhya is to attain freedom from karmas. Sadhya means the medium, the goal. Not the medium, goal. There is sadhak, there is sadhana, and there is sadhya. Sadhak is a seeker. Sadhana is the means or medium to reach the sadhya. What is the sadhya? To be free. To liberate. All the Vedanta, Bhagavatam, everything you see, it is talking just about liberation. The goal should be liberation. So if the sadhya is not clear, the sadhak, the sadhana, everything will waver. Depending on what is the intention and the aim of the sadhak, the sadhya, depending on the sadhya, the sadhana manifests in front of you. That is a gift of the Lord. That is how the universe manifests to you. Whatever is your sadhya, you will see sadhana will fall in your lap. That kind of sadhana. And that kind of mediums will come and give you that sadhana. It can be guru or however we call the paths and all that. It is all on the sadhya. Depending on the sadhak, the sadhya also erupts out of him, depending on his vasanas and purvajanma samskaras and all that. Based on that, he will have ideas and desires, and based on that, his sadhya will be decided. Based on the sadhya, his sadhana will happen. See, you'll feel connected. If you are in that space, whatever state of your chitta, anything can become spiritual for you. முத்தம் விட ஆசை இந்த பூமி சுற்றி விட ஆசை சின்ன சின்ன ஆசை சிறகைக்கு ஆசை முத்து முத்து ஆசை ஆசை. See, you feel like listening to it also. How you feel like listening to it? If it is in proper flavor, this is in proper flavor, everything seems good, depending on your state of mind. That is spirituality. Developing that kind of a spirituality by developing awareness is spirituality according to me, and for me that is my only sadhana. Because the sadhya is to liberate. So, sadhana that falls in my lap, you'll see it's all nothing less than the sadhya. The highest goal, liberating. So, everything will come into my lap which will liberate me from the clutches of doing this and that and everything. Because only when you get into a state of non-doership and non-doing only, when you still down only, the higher goals are there. That's how the Shastras also talk about it. All the mystics you can see. All the great mystics. You look at the Avadutas. They are all still. All the doing has stopped. And they are Sthitu Prajna. They are Jivana Muktas. So, when the goal is that, Sthirta, the sadhanas that will come into your lap will be all that will guide you towards Sthirta, not towards Chanchalta. So, it all depends. All these things. So, anyways, I went a little off. What I am trying to say is, enjoy life. Whatever comes to you. If it is a spiritual thing, enjoy. If it is non-spiritual thing, enjoy. Whatever. But you don't get carried away with it. That's how the best way to live in the world. Being in the world, yet not in the world. That's all I have to say. You can listen to the song. Interesting song, A.R. Rahman. Mozart, Beethoven. See, you might say, what has satsang got to do with this kind of music, noisy music? Find spirituality in the noise. You can see the world. In the chaos, there is a divine order. That's the secret. It's an interesting song. Natarajan Yaramma. நீரந்து சொல்லுக்குள்ள ஏவாழுக்கு வாழும் நீ கோட்ட கத்தனுக்கு ஏழாட்டு ஊருமுள்ளரம் தந்தரந்தரந்தரந்தரந்தரந்தரந்தன் வீரபாண்டி கோட்டையிலே முன்னை விழுக்கும் வேளையிலே வீரபாண்டி கோட்டையிலே. This is creativity, divine creativity. A.R. Rahman creates. I'm not feeling like stopping but listening to this. Very interesting song. composition. And I don't know why you're still listening to this. You know, I've always been fired all my life. My dad used to fire me, mom used to, what noise you are into and all that. But somehow strangely in that noise also would find certain kind of peace. So that's where I came with that phrase that in the chaos in this world also there is a divine order. Look at Shiva. So much of chaos, everything, but he is still. You know, that is the practice. That is the sadhana for us. To attain to that. And Arunachala Tattva gets all these kind of tattvas that leads us towards Arunachala, Achala, Aruna. Aruna is the red mountain, the fire mountain. Achala means there, still. So, what Ravana said was beautiful in one of the poems. He said, Arunachala pulled me towards himself. That means Shiva, Arunachala, the Achala, the still Shiva, pulled me towards himself and made me like Arunachala, made me Nischala, like Lord Shiva himself. So if you are interested to know all this, if you are still around after listening to all this noise, if you are still around, then you can study the Kalagyan, Devi Kalottara, Sarva Gyanottara and Upadesha Saram. These three are my favorites. And we are doing this constantly. So you can go to my website and do the courses, or you can attend any of these live webinars. Now it's too late today for this time. Next time again. So shiftingintoawareness.com/courses or /events, you'll find whatever you want. So I'm going back home. I was driving back and then this thought came to me, music was going. I said, okay, let me just convey what's coming in my heart. So I'll move now towards me. A.R. Rahman. Kavita Krishnamurti. Okay. Bye then. See you. Stay blessed.